I know what you're thinking. You're thinking this is clickbait. You're thinking I'm crazy. Well, the second thing may be true, but we're going to discuss what Sean said on Evercast and talk about the real possibilities of how there could be a new EXP 2.0 in 2025.
I'm Warren Davis, and you're watching the Evercade Effect.
Evercade Effect.
Welcome, fellow Evercadians and Retro enthusiasts. You're watching the Evercade Effect, and I'm Retro Q-9. Alright, so for those of you who don't know, Sean works for Blaze Entertainment, the creators of the beloved Evercade, and what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to play you a clip that's from Evercast, which is an Evercade fan-made podcast. He was a special guest, and the topic came up, and he described some reasons of why this could be a real possibility in 2025, 2026. So I'll let the man himself go ahead and explain, and then we're going to discuss it.
I think it is interesting sort of seeing a lot of this because obviously we're not doing any Evercade console hardware this year as like a new release. We've had a new piece of console hardware every year, and this is the first year we're not doing it for Evercade. So the focus on the Evercade side of things is very much going to be the games, the carts, making sure that we've got all that kind of thing going. But at the same time, it is interesting to see sort of where people go next to the handheld, and I think we've picked a good year to kind of not release a handheld because you've got a bit of a technology stop at the moment where a lot of the devices and a lot of the kind of chips that we use are kind of stuck in this at most 32-bit zone of where we're at the moment as well. There isn't anything that goes bigger or more graphical powerful without needing some kind of 3D acceleration. And then you're getting what happened was that sort of 32-bit, 16-bit, 8-bit started getting smaller and smaller and smaller devices until you got to very, very mini kind of playing devices, these kind of things. And now it seems to be going the opposite because you've got Steam Deck and it's huge, and you've got all of these other devices which are either cloud devices or very similar sort of mini PC. So it seems like the market for small handhelds is now disappearing, and now they're getting bigger and bigger. And it could be a point where we hit, 2025, 2026, where the technology is going to be there to do more powerful systems. That doing a bigger handheld with a bigger screen is going to be more in vogue within the people that are buying it and stuff. So it's an interesting time to sort of, I say, sit on the sidelines. We're Evercade. We don't sit on the sidelines. We kind of make our own sideline. And go, it's going to be interesting to sort of sit back and see what's happening next.
Very neat.
Awesome.
Very neat.
I love it. So Sean brought up some great points, and let's talk about a few things. So first off, he starts saying that people are looking for bigger handhelds, portable devices, but right now the market really isn't looking for those portable devices that you can put in your pocket. And quite frankly, I agree with him on this. I mean, hell, the Steam Deck behind me, that's proof of this. I mean, and especially with the popularity of the Switch, people are wanting portable devices, but not just something you can just whip out in public and go ahead and play. So that's the first thing. And then he kind of teases on the fact of having an Evercade, EXP with a bigger screen. How fantastic would that be? And so if we're getting a bigger screen, more real estate, then they could do things like add analog sticks to make some of those games perform better. I wonder if they could fit a spinner or a trackball on it. That would be pretty cool. But for me, myself, I really love having portable devices to play around the house. I don't find myself bringing them elsewhere. And the market is dictating that, right? With seeing devices like the Steam Deck. Then what I think they could do a step further is we already have wireless. They could go ahead and add Bluetooth. So boom, you could go ahead and plug in all your Bluetooth controllers. They could also have the HDMI out that the Steam Deck has, or even have a full HDMI port, have several USB ports. You could plug in any USB devices that you wanted, like you can, with the VS, at least one other port. I think that would be helpful. And then imagine if they had a docking station, that'd be much like the Steam Deck, be very Switch-like, and where you could go ahead and plug in all your controllers and all your devices. And then really at that point, I don't think you need a VS 2.0 if you have a handheld that you can dock and basically do everything else. I don't know, you might disagree with me, but it is also possible that Blaze could have some ideas and some things that they could be cooking up. Maybe they would have like a 4-card slot. No, I'm just joking. but you get the idea. This does excite me because, to be honest, I think I've talked about I didn't see Blaze coming out with a new handheld for like 5 years or so. And then having Sean on Evercast, that, you know, and hearing him say all that about having a bigger device, a bigger screen, if the market is still that, you know, goes that way, that makes sense to me. I could see a reason, you know, of why they would have another handheld, especially as we get older, you know, our eyes, we get worse eyesight. It totally makes sense. I love that idea, and that's something that I would really look forward to. However, they got to keep that price point around $200. You know, that's the Switch Lite territory. Anything up above that, and then you start to get, you know, you start to creep closer to Steam Deck, to Switch, but, you know, they got some money to work with. And I think on top of that, if they did have a docking station for an additional $50, I think $250 USD as a complete package would be something pretty realistic in today's market. Because again, you're not forced to necessarily get a docking station. Although if they do that, they need some way to link the two EXP 2s together. At least do local play. Now, who knows? Maybe by then we'll have online play. However, go ahead and comment below. Let me know. You know, would you look forward to an EXP 2 device? You're like, hey, I just got my EXP. No. You know, would you like to have one with all those features? What do you think about for a docking station? And if this is your first time stumbling upon this channel, you're going to want to go ahead and like and subscribe, because I don't want you to miss out on videos like this, and I don't want you to miss out on Evercast. The first episode is the 18th. Thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe.
Subscribe.
Oh, that's what it is. Oh,
You were close.
all right.
You were so close.
Oh, man.
I feel like we're
All right.
going to get it.
Maybe next time.